Welcome to Vicis Interimo. Hola, mi amigos, amiguitos. Bienvenidos a Vicis Interimo. Me llamo Michael Saxon Loco Crespo y esposa Lori. Esposa? Esposa. Wait, did I just call you handcuffs?
Why, hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
So tell me more about episode 128.
Well, first I think you should stick to English.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we better leave the Spanish to Walter, I guess.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Aside from that, what else is this? This is odd. We're showing up on a Wednesday, I guess. That's the plan anyway.
Yes, this is a midweek special feature.
Cool. That means it won't be 30 minutes, though.
It sure won't.
All right.
But we do have a special guest today.
Yes, we do.
I was going to say hello. I'm here by myself. Yes, we're joined today by Walter Rivero, who is an associate producer of the independent sci-fi horror film Daemonium, which is out of Argentina.
Yeah.
So that's different and exciting.
Absolutely. Walter is just one of many people working on this project. There's a lot more people that are a lot more involved in it than Walter at this point. But Walter came to our attention actually through, I guess we mentioned it later on in the interview, but it doesn't hurt to say that through a Pinhead figure that we...
yes, a Hellraiser figure.
Yeah, that we had sold on eBay.
Yes.
And... yeah, this whole thing just kind of spiraled into, what it is right now, where we're doing a special episode.
It was meant to be.
Absolutely. So what we're talking about is Daemonium. And do you have the spelling of that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Daemonium.
Daemonium. And that's just in case you guys can't find our show notes or whatever. But you're going to plug that into YouTube. Watch the video. Don't skip the ads, because this isn't a fundraiser, but, not exactly anyhow. We want you to watch the 10-minute intro, episode number 1, and don't skip the ads, because just by doing that, you're helping them out, and you're going to find something there I think you're really going to enjoy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We don't back just anything.
That's true. And
we back almost nothing, actually. But yes, this is definitely worth it.
Well, here's another way. You had something else that you were talking about, another way that you might be able to help, or rather that somebody out there might be able to help them?
Oh, well, as of right now, of course, the film is in Spanish, and they're actually looking for voice actors who could do some voiceovers. They'd like to dub the movie, of course, in English. Right now, they don't have an American audience, so
not a large one, anyhow.
No, they've got us, and they've got they definitely it's growing as people are discovering it. But it would be great. Of course, they can't. This is an independent film. It's totally funded by donations and out of their own pockets. So, of course, everybody working on the film does everything for free. So, of course, if there are any actors out there who would be interested in having this awesome thing on their resume, you have to be willing to donate your time. And
I wish I was better at speaking.
Oh my gosh, me too. I am a terrible actress, so I would just mess up their film. So I can't do it. But yes, anyone out there who, any actors out there who are interested, that would be awesome. Just contact us.
Contact us and we'll get you in touch with, we'll turn you over then to Walter probably at this point.
Yes.
He's the Eye of Sauron, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's the go-between. He is the liaison.
Yeah.
Yes. So, so I guess that's probably it.
Yeah, well,
and then, right now we're just trying to get some exposure for the film, and the best way for anyone to help them right now is to just go to YouTube and check out their films. And the episode 1 is up, and there's a trailer up there for episode 2,
which will be coming out very soon
in November. Yes. And if you watch it and you don't skip the ads, you've already helped them a lot right there. So
there will be a donation page too if you really get into it and find that after hearing their story, if you find this is something that you want to become involved in, I think there's a chance to become an associate producer perhaps also.
Yes.
But we'll save all that stuff for the interview. Let's just let's let it roll.
Definitely.
All right.
Okay. Oh, and of course, all of the music in this week's episode is from the movie.
That's right.
Yes, it's an awesome soundtrack.
Very cool. Welcome to our special edition of Vicis Interimo. Today we're going to be talking with Walter Rivero. He is an actor and co-producer of Daemonium.
Hey guys, hey Magic Mike, hey Lori.
Hey, how's it going?
Right.
Good. We've got a few things to talk to you about as far as this project goes. First of all, what is Daemonium as a project?
Daemonium as a project, I'm going to use the word ambitious here because it's very ambitious as far as the content of the movie, because this movie, or this sort of movie genre, was never really made in Argentina before. There have been movies, in the genre, like zombie movies, like Plaga Zombie, but this is the first type of movie of this magnitude. So they got a bunch of creative people to put this project together, a lot of different minds, a lot of artists and actors that are involved in this. So it's a big project for Argentina.
Okay, and why is that? Is it the movie doesn't have an audience down there, or is it the subject matter, or just?
I think it's because, basically, the U.S. have the mandate on movies such as, horror and sci-fi and adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the only movies that basically Argentina puts out are like a lot of comedies. They won an Oscar for a movie called The Secret of Your Eyes or something like Secreto de tus Ojos. And, movies like documentaries and stuff like that about the dictadura and stuff like that, and comedies, but they never ventured into the realm of science fiction. So I guess you can say that a lot of people would not be,
It's not maybe what you think of. You don't think of Argentina first when you're thinking about movies of this nature?
Right. You think about Hollywood, you think about Bollywood, you think about places like that, Asia.
Okay.
And, they just want to break that mold and be like, okay, so we can do it as well.
So Walter, tell me about the plot of Daemonium.
If you want, I could read the synopsis of the movie itself.
Sure.
So not like the movie or like the basic plot of the movie in general. It's a story that begins in an alternate universe to ours, basically, and it has something to do with magic and technology, and they coexist with humans and demons. So everybody's living together in this world. It's thought up as a 5-chapter saga, and basically we see Razorback rise to his power. He'll be the new image of this dystopic government and seeks full-out war with hell and the demons that dwell there. And he basically, anybody who stands in his way, he's going to try to eliminate, I guess. Rebecca is also a big part of the movie. She's a soldier for Razor's army, and she begins to have doubts about who she is. And during the chapters, you see her changing. She starts to feel confusion as to who she is and what she's all about. Why am I here? What am I doing? And then from the ashes and the darkness, we have a new hero. His name is Fulcanelli, the wizard. He's basically like a tarot card reader. He's like a trickster, like a magical card artist. But he has a very extraordinary power with his cards. And he's basically determined to stand in Razor's way, and stop whatever's going on, basically because kind of is his fault that the portal was open. They kidnapped him, but he did the deed of
In
actually.
the end, it was still his
doing. So he's got to undo that, and that's you're gonna see in episode 2. So that's basically what Daemonium is about. It's a big production done with a small budget, with high hopes of it looking as a big budget project, like a Hollywood project. So the plot of the first episode is basically, it's called The Baptism, because it just shows what's going on with Loli, who ventures into this, I guess you can call a factory or a war zone if you want to say that. And she's in a test. She's like on a test run. She has like these special powers. She has the ability to fight, very precise. She has a gun that basically shoots out these chemical compounds and knocks out these demons. And she's also she has a lollipop the whole time, which is basically a hidden weapon, and it's called a pico dulce, that lollipop, and it's basically one of the Argentine candies. So they wanted to incorporate that in the movie as well to keep it, Argentine. And then we have Rebecca, who you see at the end of the scene, who's basically her protector. And they look alike for a specific reason that I'm not going to get into because that goes further on into the actual movie. But she is basically battling these demons, fending them off until she can actually disperse this lollipop that she has in her mouth for a special reason.
Okay.
But you guys are gonna have to watch it to see what's going on with that. But it's a battle. It's a 10-minute battle.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, we've talked a little bit about it on the podcast in the past, and encouraged everybody to go there and watch it. And at this point, don't skip the ads. Go ahead and watch it on YouTube. It is only 10 minutes, and it gives you a little bit of taste of this project and what it's going to be like and what it's about.
And it's awesome.
Yes. It's definitely cool. It's definitely cool. There's a nice ending to episode 1, where you see Ursula walk in with Razorback, who's basically like the Darth Vader of the movie. He's like Anakin, who turns into Darth Vader, I guess you can say.
Okay.
He's a good guy in episode
well-intentioned, 2. I guess, to start with, maybe.
Exactly. He's like a good guy in episode 2, and then something happens to him. Yeah, episode 2 would be the prequel to what's gonna happen in the next episodes.
Okay.
Like basically, episode 2 unleashes what you've seen in episode 1. There's also a comic book that Jotar basically drew up and made as a prequel to what you see in episode 1. So you see, if you look at the comic book, it's Loli actually coming up to the actual factory, so you can see it play by play of what is going on before she gets there.
Great. And you said that's Jotar working on that?
Jotar, yeah, he's basically in charge of all the comics in the movie, because they're going to use a little animation as well.
Oh, beautiful. Well, I've got to say, I have a little bit of his work displayed on the Vicis Interimo page on Facebook, and as well, it's just, he does really awesome work.
Yeah, and he's self-affiliated. He never went to school for that, so he's got a lot of talent. Yeah, and he's also working on another one, so that should be cool.
Okay.
Cool. And I heard that he's going to do an English translated version, right?
Yes.
I think that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They have so much going on. But we're going to get into that because there's so much to talk about.
Well, I hate to say it, but, Americans in general are kind of lazy when it comes to this stuff. Real fans of these movies and stuff actually will seek it out in the native tongue and so on. But, in general, we tend to be kind of lazy and stuff and want things in English or whatever. But I've got to say, I really enjoyed episode 1. And if you listen to it, what was something that was new to me was the closed captioning. It actually does have English subtitles. If you click in the lower, I believe it's the lower right-hand side of the screen there, you can click on that so that you can watch the current issue or current episode in English.
And there's also the Spanish that you hear in episode 1, and it's going to be heard in the whole movie basically, is done by Mexican voiceover actors, because they want it to be mainstream. They want people to watch the movie and not and like, let me explain this. The neutral voice is what basically everybody hears when you see an American film translated to Spanish. There's always these type of actors that do all the voiceovers for American movies translated to Spanish. So they wanted to put that little feel into the movie. So when any Argentinians that do hear this movie, they're going to be like, wait, this isn't Argentinian, it's Mexican. And no, it's Mexican actors doing the voiceovers so that it can be more mainstream. So there's a little tip there.
Interesting, yeah.
Well, let me ask you, you've mentioned a few names of some of the main characters. What can you tell us about those? You've given us a little hint as far as Razorback and what's going to happen there. But what else can you tell us about the main characters?
Well, I'll talk about the main characters as far as episode 1 for now. And then when we get into the other ones, I'll tell you basically who's in those scenes. Episode 1, the main character would be Loli, of course. Mm-hmm. And she is played by Caro Angus. Okay, she also plays Rebecca. She plays the two females in this episode 1. Like I said, there's a reason why they look alike, but they're different at the same time.
Well, that was one of the things that we definitely noticed. That initially, when I saw it, it's like, wait, who is that? Because she looks a little bit different, and just maybe a subtle makeup job, but just enough to.
Yeah, they did a great job with that.
Have you question, yeah.
Yeah, when I saw it the first time, I was like, wait, that's the same actor. But then but they make her look so different when she's Rebecca.
Yeah.
She has this like machine gun, and she's like, like this badass, like shooting and then you have Loli, who looks like the innocent girl walking into a trap, but she's nothing like that. But Caro Angus, she told me that she studies in the Instituto Universitario Nacional del Arte, which is the National University of Art, and she studies as a visual arts major. And she told me that she wants to make a living as a writer. She loves to write, and at the moment she gives classes to people just to to make ends meet, to do what she likes to do.
Okay.
And as she also told me that her passion is to become a writer. And she also does a cosplay, when people get dressed up as different characters, as a hobby. So they're all into that type of stuff.
Very cool.
And we have Danny Casco, who plays Razorback, and he's like one of the visionaries of the movie. He is the person who does all the attire. He makes gadgets out of nothing. Basically, he can manufacture anything for the movie. He'll make it, like with a spoon or whatever.
Wow.
Parts of a watch, and he's in charge of his own studio called Studio Patna, and they make all the props for the movie, and he's very good at what he does. So he basically plays Razorback, who is, like I said, he's the main bad guy in the movie.
Okay.
And then we have Ursula, who's played by Erika Boveri. She's Razorback's right-hand woman. This actress, Erika, she studies theater with Norman Brisky and Carlo Evaristo, and she's actually Miss Facebook Argentina 2012. So that's pretty cool. And she also does TV and modeling. So as far as the actors the main actors in episode 1, you have those 3 main actors, and then you have a bunch of demons. Simon plays the priest, which is also he's called Father Simon in another movie, and I don't know if they're going to interloop that in other segments, but you can see a priest in the background.
Okay, so that may have a potential for a little bit of a crossover there.
I hope so.
I hope so. Okay.
You also have Amanda Nara, which is not a female name. He's a man, and he's like one of the main demons in the movie. You could see his face in the movie. He's the one with no shirt on, and he plays a lot of the characters in the movie. Like I don't know if you ever seen any of what's this guy's name? Guillermo del Toro's movie. He always uses that same guy to play Abe,
right?
Hellboy.
Right.
Well, he's like the Abe of Daemonium. Like he'll dress up in all the demon attire and play all those demons. And then you have that main demon walking on stilts in episode 1. That's was done by 2 characters, I think.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So
I love that part in episode
Yeah,
1
me
when
too.
that giant demon comes walking in. Yeah.
It certainly makes an impact for sure.
Yeah, the ground's all rumbling and stuff.
yeah, it's shaking and stuff.
It's cool. Yeah,
pretty
cool
cool.
camera angle, everything is so well done.
Okay.
And for the people out there that when they do watch this and they see that people, the demons are getting shot by this gun that she has, the chemicals that are being shot out on the demons are being placed on them for a reason. So there's a special weapon that's going to basically do something to them. So
Okay, so it's not like they're just being shot with paintballs or something.
no, it's something more than that. Yeah.
More than that. Okay.
Yeah.
It normally doesn't work real well on demons.
No.
No. But they're very inventive as far as what they're coming up with. It's a new thing, like I said, a new thing for an Argentina movie.
Yeah. It seems like there's a lot of interesting twists and turns and a lot of creativity that's come into this. But let me ask you, who are some of the other creative forces behind this project?
Well, we have a lot of names. I'm going to go through just the main guys that I can personally talk about. We have Simon Ratziel. He's the co-founder of Rabbit Effects, which is doing all the special effects for the movie as far as prosthetics and like the actual look of the movie. Him and Danny Casco came up with the idea of doing this movie with Pablo Pares, who is a phenomenal director who does this type of movie, this type of genre movies in Argentina. He's been doing it since he was 15 years old. Okay,
Wow.
so these guys have been doing it for a long time and not getting any recognition as far as, backup from anybody in the movie industry over there.
Mm-hmm.
So Simon, Danny, and Pablo got together and they decided that they wanted to make this movie. We also have Jotar, who is basically the guy who's in charge of all the comics, like I said, like the foreground of the animation. And he also helps with the design on people, like to help them dress up like I said, each one of them do different things. They act, they help put on the suits, they actually act themselves as demons, they get in the mud, they'll do whatever. And, it's a big family.
Mm-hmm.
We have Amanda Nara, who is a graphic designer in the movie as well. And he, like I said, he plays most of the villains. And he does the matte painting. If you see episode 1, when she's walking into the actual factory, you could see the background. It's just a regular factory, but he puts like these buildings up in the background. You see like a flying crow in the background, and he did all that matte painting for that.
It definitely enhances the scene. I know. I believe there's a making of for part 1 there, and it shows. Or at least it shows, I know I saw a video on YouTube about some of the special effects and how they were layered and put together. And it's really amazing to see what he did. The factory looked okay, but it looked like a factory. But just a few layers and a few changes that he made there just absolutely enhanced that.
Yeah. It looks like a blockbuster. It looks like a Hollywood blockbuster.
Definitely, and when I tell you about how much money this was made with, you'll be shocked. And the actual person that does all that VFX is called Gilberto Su and Ezequiel Villajos. These guys are like the guys who are basically behind the VFX, and they do all the video effects. So they're also important in those scenes as well. We have Martin Coca, who is basically the location scout, producer, and the man to go to if you need a castle or a frozen world. Like they'll just make it out of nothing, out of he's basically running around Buenos Aires looking for these places. Him and Amanda take pictures of every single place they see, and they say, "Oh, this looks like a good place to make like the death scene or the wizard's castle." It's amazing how they just come up with these places that, and when we talk about episode 2, the place that they went to actually film that segment, is an amazing place called Epecuén, something like that.
Okay.
But I'll talk about that when we get into the episode 2 plot.
Well, let me ask you, how did these guys meet? Now, was it, you said they started off early. Now, is that how everybody got together, or did they just pick up other people along the way, too?
Well, like basically these guys, they don't know each other from way back. Most of them do, some of them don't. As far as Pablo Paredes, he is the co-founder of a production company called Farsa Productions. And him, Hernán Saiz, which is another great director, also of the genre, Walter Cornas, Sebastián Berta Muñiz, Paulo Soria, they all get together and they have this production company, and they started making these movies back in the day when they were kids, like little short movies and stuff, and they came out with a movie called Plaga Zombie, which is a movie about mutated zombies that aren't really zombies, they're aliens taking over. The virus takes over your body and you become a zombie and then you become an alien. So it's pretty interesting. And then they did 3 movies about that. I'm in the second movie actually, as I killed 2 zombies in the movie. But so that's cool. I've kind of known Hernan for a long time. I think I met him when I was 20. I'm 37 now, so it's a long way back.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, these guys were making part 3, which is called Plaga Zombie Revolución Tóxico. And they got in touch with Simon Ratziel with Rabbit Effects. You guys gonna give us a hand with the movie? Can you do the sure? We'll help you guys out. And they became friendly on that set. And then Simon and Pablo, they got together and they said, we have an idea with Danny Casco to make this new world, for this new image, I guess, the new movie. Would you be on board to be the director? And he said, sure. And like I didn't say before, but nobody's getting paid to make this movie. Everybody's doing it on their own time, as a project. They tried to get help or funding from Inca, but for some reason they didn't really respond to that. So they're doing it out of their own pockets. Everybody's putting in their money. Everybody's putting their 2 cents. They have 9-to-5 jobs. Some of these guys do dedicate themselves to this type, of lifestyle. Like I said, Simon makes prosthetics for movies and stuff. And Pablo, he makes movies, but like in the long run, they're doing it as a personal project. That's why I say it's very ambitious.
Right.
So I think it's a love of the art for sure.
Definitely a love for the art. I mean, if you work 6 days a week, because in Argentina you work 6 days a week, and then you have to get together on the weekend and say, okay, can you guys film today? Sure, let's do it. They do it, and they do it with all the love and the passion in the world, and not get paid for it is crazy. I think It's actually, but if you look at the product and everything that comes out from what they do, from the love that they do it with, you see such a great project. You see, like you said, a Hollywood type of movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say anything that we're saying about this, about people not getting paid and, donating it and doing it as a hobby, or not as a hobby, but you know what I mean, as a passion, a project, that doesn't come through, or I mean, it does come through in spades as far as the output. It looks great. It looks wonderful. There's no skimping on any of the sets or the backdrops or anything, I don't think. It's really an amazing work so far that I've seen.
Yeah, and you haven't seen anything yet. Not to toot the horn though, but as soon as you see episode 2, 3, and 4, and 5, it's like episode 1 was basically a tease.
Okay.
Just to see what they could put out there and if people would respond. Once they saw that people, saw it and liked it, they were like, wow, this is catching on. So we have like 3,000 fans on the actual fan page. So it's building.
Wow.
And we're just trying to get an audience in the United States to say, hey, you guys, we're here. We're in Argentina, but we make, kick-ass movies as well.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I was going to ask. How can people help?
People can help in many, many ways. Basically, we have that YouTube movie. It's being shown on YouTube. So if you want to watch it and you like what you see, click on the like button. And if you don't like it, don't click at all, because no negative. We don't. But if you watch the whole ad in the beginning, that helps a lot, because the advertisement helps any movie that's independent. And we're gonna have a website up. That's www.daemonium.com.ar or www.daemonium.org, which is going to have a donation page, like a PayPal. So if anybody's interested in this type of, movie, or you're a producer, or you want to have your names in the credits, we're asking for $150 to get your name as an associate producer. But anything else helps. I mean, if you guys want to donate $5, it goes a long way in Argentina.
Well,
they made
I'm sorry. I was going to say, I was going to say that's one of the things, the fact that the money, the American dollars would go quite a ways down there. And I'm sorry I cut you off. You were starting to say how much this was made for at this point?
I think episode 1 was made with $1,000 US.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're both in awe because
it's so awesome. You'd never know. It looked like a ton of money went into it. It looks like they've been working on it full time for months. It's such an amazing film.
For some of the prosthetics and stuff, I would expect to have spent, hundreds of dollars on just the prosthetics alone.
Yeah.
Well, right there you have Simon Ratziel's handiwork with Rabbit Effects. I mean, this guy can make any creature, and he uses his oven at home sometimes to make this stuff. It's unbelievable. I go to his house and I see all these creatures, and I'm like, wow, how did you make that? He's like, I just love what I do. And if he had a studio, God, if these guys had a studio or a soundstage,
oh my gosh,
I can't even imagine what they can come up with. But Simon Ratziel, I call him like the Rick Baker. I call him Tom Savini, all those names. And he's very humble. He's like, nah, I'm just me. I'm like, no. You're like the new Tom Savini in Argentina. He's like, wow, thanks. Like they're very, very humble people. Like Pablo Paredes, he's a great director and he's cool. Like he'll just talk to you like a normal dude. Like, nobody thinks they're the SHIT. They're basically there to make this product work. And like I said, they're very loyal to each other as far as, like for instance, if someone can't film that day, they'll postpone it and put it on for another day.
Right.
And it's not like they have a studio backing where they can say they have a certain budget that they can work with and be like, okay, we're going to film from October to whatever and finish it. No, they do it as the time goes on. Okay, can you guys film this week? Sure. Can you film next week? Sure. If one of them can't, then they don't do it at all, and that's a lot of loyalty amongst each other.
Absolutely.
We also have a great director of photography. His name is Mariano Suarez, who's basically the right-hand man of Pablo Paredes with this project. He's he's done a lot of films too in Argentina.
Okay. Cool.
And now you said episode 2 will be coming out in November. Is that
November 13th, which is it's in Argentina. Martes 13, which is Tuesday the 13th, is like Friday the 13th. I don't know if you know that. So Bad Luck Day in Argentina is Martes 13. So they're gonna put it out as the 13th of November. Hopefully everything gets done. By then they can finish up the episode 2 is basically done. They just need to do the voiceovers still, and they have to modify a couple of things. But it's on its way. If you want to know what episode 2 is about, I can give you a little, not a spoiler, but I can tell you what it's kind of about.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, I'd like to hear a little bit about it. And what I'd like to do also is, as it gets a little bit closer, I'd definitely like to have you on again to talk about this if you're willing.
Of course.
Okay. Well,
no problem.
Give us a little bit of a tease as to what episode 2 is going to contain.
Okay. Episode 2. Here we go. Episode 2 is based around these soldiers that are called the Wolf Patrol, La Patrulla de los Lobos. Okay. This religious fanatic, this very wealthy religious fanatic named Montalban, who's played by Sebastián Berta Muñiz, great actor as well. Hires this elite team to kidnap Fulcanelli, who is played by Walter Cornas, another great actor. To basically, they want to open up a portal that unleashes hell on Earth, and
that's never a good idea.
No, you never want to do that, but they did it anyway. So
cool.
The whole team goes there to this remote place in Argentina, which is called Epecue, which is a place that was destroyed and devastated by an actual flood, and nothing ever grew there again.
Wow.
So you have some really great scenery there, and the actual team, the Wolf Patrol, is consisted of Simon, who plays Marcus, Jotar plays Rufus, Chucho Fernandez, he's like the leader of the actual group. He's His name is Cortés. Now, Chucho Fernandez is a very well-known actor in Argentina. He was in a couple of series in Argentina. One of them called El Puntero on Channel 13, Polka. We call it over there. It's like the ABC of the United States.
Okay.
So he's a very well-known actor, Chucho Fernandez. And then we have Danny Casco, who plays Razorback. Gilberto Su plays Yin. He's a Moltolvan, the rich millionaire. He's his bodyguard. So he's pretty cool. He has a sword, and he's got like the sunglasses on. So you got some cool rock and rollish characters.
Oh.
The wizard is played by Walter Cornas, and his name is Fulcanelli. He's like the hero of the movie, I can say.
Okay.
Like he's one of the main characters. He's like the Luke Skywalker of the movie, Indiana Jones type of guy.
Okay.
And if you do look at the attire, the Wolf Patrol, they kind of have like a stormtrooper look.
Mm-hmm.
Fulcanelli and all the wizards have sort of like an Indiana Jones / Han Solo look. So there's a lot of stuff being taken from a lot of genres, like sci-fi and stuff.
That's very cool. All our favorite movies.
Yes, me too. I was lucky enough to be a wizard in the movie in episode 3, which is not even out.
Oh,
it's
shoot.
not even.
I was gonna say we'll be watching for you then. But
no,
okay.
not for a while. But
Next time.
I'm one of Fulcanelli's boys, so
Okay,
that's cool.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
that gives us something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah, when they basically the episode 2 is like I said, is about that team, and there's also going to be a comic that Jotaro is basically inventing as we speak about this elite team.
Oh, great.
And it's cool because they have like all this armor that Danny Casco made a sick weapon with a vacuum cleaner, and you're definitely going to see that in episode 2.
Wow.
That's
And
awesome.
here's a teaser. If you look at the actual trailer of episode 2, and they're all getting up, getting their attire on and stuff like that. If you look closely at Danny's eye, it's not white yet, and there's a reason for that.
Ah.
There's a reason why his eye is white and why he has that big scar.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's basically episode 2 right there in a nutshell. But it's like a 30-minute movie, like 25 minutes. So there's more into that. There's more of a. Right, there's more of a dialogue, there's more of a story going behind. Like I said, it's 6 years prior to episode 1.
Great. Well, we'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, because
me
the
too.
first one that's 10 minutes, it's like, no, it's over already. What? Like,
Well, yeah,
no,
I mean,
gotta keep going. What's going on here?
If they had the backing of a big production company, I'm sure they could live off this and make the movie. But like I said, if these guys are 9-to-5 jobs, they come home, they're tired. Let's get ready to film the movie,
Yeah, we appreciate what they're doing. Jeez.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm very happy to be part of this. It's pretty cool.
Everybody listening can be a part of it, whether it's just watching it on YouTube and helping get those hits up and not skipping the ads again, help support them that way, or go to the donation page.
Yes.
Click on that. And how much did you say for credit in there?
If you want to be an associate producer of the movie, it would be $150. I guess people who are into this, in the movie business would understand what I'm talking about. I don't expect any random person to, be like, oh, okay, let me be a producer if they're not, into the movie business. But if you want to donate anything, $10, $20, we'll give you a shout out, thank you for special thanks to blah, blah, blah.
Right.
For helping. But actually get a credit as an associate producer, it would be $150 and up. I guess the more you donate, the higher your name goes up in the credits,
Sounds good.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, this movie is not being funded by anyone. We're not looking for handouts. That's not what we're about. I actually told them that you guys should get paid to make this movie, and they said, they're doing it for the love of the movie, but it's got to be made, and they're doing it out of their own pockets. So I figure, you know what, might as well ask some people to donate some money if they're in.
Absolutely, because I think that we're, like I said, we're definitely reaping the benefits of it, and I think it's going to be something fantastic by the time it's already great. I think it's going to be really fantastic by the time it's done, because there's a lot of people putting out movies out there that are they don't have
The pizzazz.
Yeah, they certainly don't.
That's a nice way of putting it. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm a fan, so we can get into that when we get into that. But I'm surprised I'm on this side right now. I'm on their team, so I'm very honored.
Well, who else would you like to give shout-outs to or thank in regards to this project?
I have a lot of names that I can read. A lot of people that are in charge of, the artistry of the movie, the web page, and everything that goes on with the movie. We have so many names I can read, so I'm just going to go through the list of the people that helped make this movie and that are helping making this movie. So it would be Simon Ratziel, Dani Casco, Pablo Pares, Amanda Nara, Jotar, Martin Coca, we call him Mr. Coke, he's the location scout and producer, Caro Angus, Erika Boveri, Walter Cornas, Sebastián Berta Muñiz, Gilberto Su, and Ezequiel Villajos, which are the visual effects, Rocio Rodriguez, which is one of the main characters in episode 3, and she there's a lot of mixing in this movie with certain people from other movies. So Rocio Rodriguez is going out with one of my dear friends who's also making a movie in Argentina called Lucho's Big Adventure. And his name is Esteban Rojas. And it's like a nerd movie. Basically a nerd science fiction movie. And he is the co-founder of a distributor called Video Films. So most of these movies are being sold on their website or their places of business that they have called Video Films. So she's been in a couple of movies as well. We have Hernan Moyano, who's also in charge of the fan page itself, like he edits, and he's done a lot of editing for movies called Cold Sweat, which made a breakthrough in the United States, called Cold Sweat. If you get a chance to watch that movie, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Penumbra, which is also a movie that Sebastián Berta also participated in, and he's like a big time actor too as well, Sebastián Berta. And like I said, these guys are very loyal to each other, and he made it big in this movie, and I'm still gonna make a movie for free with you guys, so we have him on board, which is pretty cool. We have Mariano Suarez, Ramón Ser Eterno Arroz, Guille Figueroa, Maite Sumelsu. She's done a lot of TV movies in Argentina, and we're very lucky to have her. She's one of Montalban's relatives in episode 2. We have Chucho Fernandez, who I talked about, Alina Ramos Madero, Julia Letzberg, and we have Gojo. He basically does everything. He does like the artwork, the attire, and anything you need to be done to put your hand, like if he has to put his hand and manipulate like a puppet or something, he's the man to go to. He actually drew my tattoo in my scene on my chest, which is a very important scene as far as my tattoo is has something to do with episode 2 and 3. We have Emilio Maligrino, who does a soundtrack song in the beginning of the episode 1, so the ending credits. Agustin Aguirre, Ute Mantis, Mariano Caetano, he made a movie called Incidente, and Father Simon's in that movie, which is also the character in episode 1 that you look at. Ilsa Plum, González Eloy Camilla, Maria Laura Castavé, and we have all the guys from Rabbit Effects and girls. We have Franca Gallo, Rodrigo Gerichit, Damian Biondi, Lucas Klaichit, Simon Riatzil. We have Leon McLeod, who plays one of the wizards in episode 3. He's also a great actor, and he also does the guy on the stilts as well in episode 1.
Okay.
We also have Guille Gatti, Patti Acevedo. She plays the voice of Rebecca, the voiceover. Laura Acevedo plays Artica, which is like some cool frozen assassin in episode 3.
I can't wait to see that character. That's the one I'm the most excited about. I don't know why. It's just such an intriguing idea, and she looks so cool because I saw a picture. But yeah, I can't wait to see her.
Yeah, she's definitely a cool character in the movie. We have a lot of people I can name as the podcasts go on. I guess I'll name them all. But I'd like to dedicate these words to someone who's not with us anymore, who was a big part of Daemonium and Farsa Productions. And hopefully he's watching from above, and his name is Diego Echave. he's very important to the guys in the movie and to Pablo Pares and his crew. So a big shout out to him, and hopefully, he's watching us as we do the movie and whatever else we do. If I could say something in Spanish to these guys.
Absolutely.
Chicos de Daemonium, muchas gracias por confiar en mí, por difundir esto en inglés, por ustedes son capos, me encanta Daemonium, soy un fan, muchas gracias por dejarme hacer esto por ustedes, ojalá que ayude un poco. Para mi mujer Natalia, gracias por bancarme en todo, te amo mucho y bueno, vamos demonio carajo. Que siga todo bien.
So we talked a little bit about the creative forces behind the project and how they got together. How did you actually wind up getting involved in the project?
I got involved as first I was a fan, still am a fan. I was happy to watch the first episode, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing because I've never seen something come out of Argentina like that before. And I got in touch with Simon and I said, listen, is there any way I can donate anything towards this movie? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, I would like to donate some money if I can, or something, or my time, or act in it. I don't care what you put me as. I'll dress up as a female or whatever. I'll do anything. Whatever you want me to do.
That's dedication there.
That is dedication.
Like, he's like, I don't know. Whatever you want to donate is cool. Like I said, they weren't looking for any handouts or anything. I just threw it out there and I donated some money. And he said, cool, you can be an associate producer. And I said, really? And he's like, yeah. And I said, listen, is there any possible way I can act in the movie? Because I haven't studied acting, but I've been doing it as a kid all my life. And like I said, I was involved with Plaga Zombie Zona Mutante, and I'm also involved in Lucho's Big Adventure. So I said, is there anything out there for me? I could play anything. I'll play a badass if you want or whatever. And they said, yeah, we got something for you. Mm-hmm. So he said, you could be a wizard. We're going to torture you and basically beat you up. Are you cool with that? And I said, yeah, I don't care.
Sign me up, huh?
Sign me up, anything you want me to do. And they were cool about it, and the rest is history. Now I'm one of them. Like what's cool about them is they're like a family. Like on every Tuesday, these guys get together, no matter rain or shine or whatever. They get together at Simon's house, and they'll just have pizza and empanadas, which is a special food from Argentina. Mm-hmm. And they'll talk about the movie. They'll see what they filmed. They go together and they'll be like, okay, this is a good idea to do this. This is a good idea to do that. Like I said, they're very tight knit. And I was able to presence that one time. They invited me over to see a lot of scenes from episode 3, which is coming with a bang.
Yeah.
Ah.
And I said, yo, you guys are amazing, the way you guys do things together. And they said, well, thank you. And basically, they don't want to rush anything. They don't want to rush anything. They want the product to be 100% hardcore, like a great movie. So they said, we're not restricted with time. There's no company that's telling us we got to do it, by the end of this year. So they're taking their time as far as making the movie, as making it visually incredible. And I'm a part of that now. So I was a fan, and now I'm part of them, and
well,
hopefully
cool.
I'll be able to do something else in the movie. They're always asking for extras and stuff. It was thrown out there that maybe we can have maybe an American voiceover for the parts. We can't pay anybody to do it, so if anybody wants to be in the movie and do like the voiceover in English, that could be a cool idea. Whoever's out there listening and is involved with this type of stuff.
Yeah, that would be great. Because like we were saying, in the States, we do tend to get lazy with subtitles. I know a lot of people just, it has subtitles. I'm not going to watch it then. Like, come on, people. We watch a lot of foreign film and we read lots of subtitles and it doesn't bother us. You just watch it twice.
Right.
Well, the visual aspect of this movie is going to be cool. So I think people will actually want to see it for the actual visual aspect of the movie.
Right.
A lot of prosthetics are being used. Something that nowadays a lot of people don't do anymore because they all have CG. And I always like seeing zombies with like prosthetics and stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nothing beats it.
So the demons are really cool looking. There's a lot of cool characters like Artika. She's cool looking. She's frozen basically. She's like the Sub-Zero of of Daemonium. So she's definitely going to be a cool character, and I look forward to seeing that. So that's something I look forward to. You could see a couple of the scenes that are coming up with episode 3 and the behind the scenes YouTube spot that we have out there.
Oh, okay.
It talks about the people in the movie, like all the characters in it and stuff, like a 2-minute, 3-minute YouTube sequence.
Okay.
We'll be sure to add that to our show notes. We'll have links to all of these things we've been talking about. We'll have links for everything.
Yeah,
so it'll be easy for people to find.
That's in Spanish, total Spanish. There's no CC on that, so you're gonna have to learn a little Spanish for that one. But we're trying to get there. Like I said, there's no backing here, so they do what they can. You know, they're doing it with spit and grind and spit and dirt, and they're putting it together, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd never know it. It just looks like they've got all the money at their disposal and all the time in the world. Like, it just looks so amazing. Well,
they're very professional. Like I said, when I did my scene, it was like a 6-hour shoot for maybe a 1 minute to 2 minute process scene, I guess.
Wow.
And they were very detailed about everything. Simon is right behind you, giving you blood and stuff. You know, as soon as I spit it out, I had another gobble of blood, which tasted good because it was honey.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It was honey mixed with, a little blood, like fake blood, so it tasted good. I didn't mind it. But they're very professional. As soon as they say action, you see at first it's everybody's like, coming together and we're talking and everything. Okay, action. We're ready.
Everybody puts their game face on and goes.
Game face on. Like every movie, but I've never been involved in such a big production like this before. And it was cool to see them come together and all these great artists just come together and do things together.
Wow.
So I'm very proud of this project. I'm part of it now. I'm not trying to be biased and tell people to watch it and stuff. But like I said, I was a fan, and I'm sure that we're gonna have a lot of fans after this podcast. If you enjoy these type of movies, like it's got steampunk, diesel punk, it's got anime, it's got action adventure, it's got horror. You got everything in there. Cool. Everything all rolled into one.
Well, we're definitely 2 new fans. That's for sure.
So people, watch it. Help us. Give us a hand. Enjoy it. If you like it, like I said, keep watching. Tell your friends. Even if you're not into this type of movie, I know a lot of people that I've shown this to that aren't into like sci-fi or horror, and they were like, "Wow, you're in this movie?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "That's cool." So it's cool to see something being made like this. Like, it doesn't really happen in Hollywood anymore, where people get together and do something they love. It's all about, let's make the money, let's make the budget, let's do this. These guys aren't all about that.
Right.
Of course, they need help to make it, because you can't make a whole movie with your earnings. Like, you can't live from paycheck to paycheck and put it into a movie to make it look as good as they do. So we're just asking for a little help out there. That's all.
Sounds good.
And like you said, $1 goes a long way. So even if people out there feel like they don't really have enough to contribute, I want to say no amount's too small.
No, like I said, the only thing that will get your name as a credited name as an associate producer would be $150, which nowadays, I don't know. If you're into the movie business, they would understand, or you'll understand. But we're not asking people to do that. We just, contribute what you can, if you can, and don't smoke a pack of cigarette.
That's what I was going to suggest right there. I think I heard you say that once before. Yeah, maybe skip a pack a week or whatever, and it'll add up quick.
Don't have a pizza pie that evening and just donate to a movie, and then you get that pizza watching the movie that you helped contribute to.
There you go.
Yeah.
So popcorn, whatever. Anything you want to eat, then $10, $15, $20 goes a long way in Argentina. A long way.
And if you don't even have $1, just go to YouTube and check out the videos and sit through the ads.
Yeah.
Sit through the ads. If you don't want to sit through the ads, go get a Pepsi or a Coke or whatever. Am I allowed to say these names?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Coke, Pepsi, Sprite, water. Let it run and then go back and watch the movie.
Yeah, there you go.
And I promise you that you guys will be blown away when you see episode 2, 3, 4, and 5. Episode 1 blows me away. So, I mean, I've seen it like 3,000 times already. Because there's always something that you forget to watch. Like you said, you guys watched it and you didn't realize that Loli and Rebecca are the same looking.
Right. There's so much going on in there.
Yeah. I think we watched it 2 or 3 times and we're like, that's the same girl, isn't it? I don't know. Let's watch it again. Like, hey, did you see that? Back up. Wait, start it over. Let's watch it again. Like,
and what's cool is Danny makes all those props like out of nothing, and it's just cool.
And he has a fan page on Facebook, so we'll put the link up there too. People could go check out his work.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
He actually he made a wristband made out of leather and parts of like clocks and stuff that I wear a lot. So it's pretty cool. People are like, oh, where can you get that? I'm like, you can. It's authentic.
It's one of a kind.
He's not making this stuff and selling it. Come on.
No, he's got a cool one with his actual watch on it that works, like the watch works. So
that's awesome.
But if you look at most of the wizards, we all kind of wear the same type of gadgets on each, like on.
Well, that's cool. It's great that there's some kind of continuity too through the universe. It sounds like.
Yeah, they have a distinctive look. Each like personality, I guess, or character has a distinctive look that looks like the other one.
Cool.
We don't like all the wizards don't all look the same, but we sort of, you would know, like a Jedi. If Jedis, they have
Right.
You could tell they belong together.
Right. They don't, like Anakin doesn't wear the same one as Obi-Wan, but they're Jedis.
Right.
So this is basically the same thing.
Cool.
So we're dealing with magic, demons. You got poverty in the movie. The city in the movie is called Teo City. T-E-O City.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically where everything is going on. It's a futuristic world. So they found these cool locations thanks to Martin Coca-Jotar, and all them.
Cool.
Helping out the project.
Yeah, that location in episode 2 is amazing.
Yeah. It's definitely cool if you look it up on Facebook or anywhere. Epicwen. Read up on it. It's a cool place. It looks like a post-war, sort of like Mad Max type of place. I'd like to also shout out to my friend Carmen Gutierrez, who helped with the donation page as well. So we have him backing up the project as well. We got a lot of people that just came on board. And they'll be like, "Yo, can you help?" Sure.
Great.
I try to bring stuff from here that are hard to get over there. Knee pads or whatever I can get my hands on. Clothes, and that helps a lot as well. So I thank you guys for asking me to talk to you guys on this great podcast. I didn't know what a podcast was until I met you guys. Thanks to the Hellraiser Pinhead doll I bought on eBay.
Yes.
I was able to meet you guys and
like we said, eBay is bringing people together.
Yes, thank you eBay for that. So now you guys are talking to me about the movie, and hopefully we'll have dolls too on eBay one day. Who knows?
Cool.
Oh my gosh, how cool would that be?
Sky's the limit. That's what I like about these guys. They have nobody's going to tell them that they can't do it, and they're going to do it until they're finished with episode 5 and the whole movie's out. My dream, I would love to see this in the cinema. Just sit out and just watch it, on a big screen. That would be cool. But it's up to God and who's ever up to doing that for us.
Definitely.
It could happen. It could totally happen.
Anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
If I met my future wife 20 years ago and we reconnected after 20 years, anything can happen.
Absolutely.
So once again, thank you very much. I look forward to talking to you guys about the future episodes. If there's anything I left out, I'm sure I'll backtrack and do it on the next podcast.
Well, I was going to say we'll have you back and we'll cover it next time for sure.
Yeah, because there's a lot of information I have that I don't want to have your viewers or listeners here for like an hour and a half and okay, this guy's rambling on. But I have a lot of stuff to say about this project. It's just beginning, basically. It's just the beginning. So
well, we're happy you came on to talk about it because we believe in the project. That very first episode, we checked it out. I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but when I saw it, I was like, wait, what? That was so good. Why don't more people know about this? So, yeah, we're totally behind you guys, and
Thank you. Well, muchas gracias. If you guys would like to say something in Spanish before we go, or is that... No?
Go ahead.
To the Daemonium people?
We'll try it and we'll see how it goes. We've already heard at the beginning of this, by the time this episode is complete and put together, we'll have heard my attempt at Spanish, so...
Oh, no, you're really going to play that.
Are you gonna? I like that.
Oh my gosh.
Esposa? Yeah. I think that's actually very funny.
Okay.
But as long as I was gonna say, as long as they think it's funny too. But I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this clown?
It's authentic, so it's cool. If you can say "Vamos, Daemonium, carajo," that would be cool. Vamos, Daemonium, carajo,
carajo.
Oh,
there you go.
Good job.
My tongue doesn't move that way. I'm out of practice. 2 years of Spanish a very long, long time ago. It didn't go too far.
Oh no. See, I never had Spanish in high school. Everyone else that I knew did, but I don't know how I missed it.
What the heck? How do you miss it out here? I had an excuse. I was back east, and I didn't have anybody to talk to, so that was my problem. And then I move out here at 18, so it's like, wow, I really could have used that Spanish now.
Yeah, this is Southern California.
Yeah. How you grew up here and didn't get it, I don't know.
I have no idea. I'll practice.
Well, we have the universal language of Daemonium, so.
There we go.
That's right.
We'll spread the virus.
Yes.
Spread the demons. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Listeners, enjoy this. Have a nice night.
Cool.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for joining us.
I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.